to the next dimension.
Hello guys, Uncoverdudes are down with my review of the Type 89. Now, the gameplay with this gun is actually very good. I believe I get about 35 kills, about 10 deaths. So this gameplay may be good, but it does show the pros and cons of this gun. Think of it this way, look at a single kill or death and replace the gun I was using with a G36C or M416 CQB. Then you'll see my point of view on this gun. Now, the real life description of this gun is that the Howa Type 89 assault rifle, referred to as the Type 89 5.56mm rifle, is a Japanese assault rifle used by the Japan Self-Defense Forces, the Japan Coast Guard Special Security Team units, and the Special Assault Team. It was never exported outside Japan due to strict anti-hardware export laws. It has replaced the Howa Type 64 battle rifle in frontline units and has been in combat from 1989 to the present. It uses a cartridge of 5.56 by 45 NATO and is gas operated, and also fires at a fire rate of 750 rounds per minute. Now, next inscription of this weapon is a 5.56mm assault rifle used only by the Japanese military. The Howa Type 89 was nicknamed Buddy by the JGSDF servers. The rifle is much lighter than its bulky cousin, the Type 64, and features a highly simplified internal design that makes it far more cost effective. Now, it's unlocked its second intended for, and it costs 1,100 GP for 1 day. Now, the stats of this weapon is 37 damage, 63 portability, 76 rate of fire, 87 accuracy, 67 recoil, and the firing modes are burst and auto. Now, if you don't know my reviews, I pretty much go over the stats and I talk about the spread and talk about the recoil. I go through all the stats, and then I'll also talk about close range, medium, long, and aesthetics of the gun. So let's go straight into it. The damage on the Type 89 isn't too bad. It's average when you compare it to the whole class of assault rifles. However, this is coupled with its extreme recoil, which we'll talk about later, and high fire rate, makes the lowest damage really stand out, because if you don't know, this 37 damage is pretty much M416 CQB like with the 39. So if you look in the gameplay, the recoil and the power just doesn't match up. Now, the portability is actually really good for an assault rifle, which is pretty light, and it's good if you just want a running gun, but the gun isn't that good, as I'll talk about later, so I wouldn't really suggest using it just for this one trait. Now, the rate of fire is pretty much very good, but there's also two sides to the story. On one side, the extreme fire rate is fantastic in close range, able to put out a ridiculous amount of lead into your opponent. Thing is that it takes so many shots for you to kill that one person, that the fire rate makes it even more evident that you're just shooting rubber bullets. Of all the bad things I've said about this gun, the Type 89 is a really accurate gun. The only worthwhile point if you're going to buy this gun, but then again you have a G36C. Now, a few times you see me pick heads on the sandbags, but soon the recoil takes over. Selena's spread reset just takes it too long to make it compatible to the G36C. Now the recoil, the recoil, it's bad, it's horrible, it's terrible. The Type 89 has the worst recoil in the game by far. Now, you're looking at the gameplay, I suppose, and you're thinking, now what about the AK-47? That has even more higher recoil, but the fact is, the AK-47, its recoil is kind of offset by the fact that it has really high damage. This gun has high recoil and low damage. AK-47 has higher damage and higher recoil, so it kind of balances out for the AK. The Type 89, it just doesn't. Now, the standalone recoil would be comparable to an ACR, but the fact that it has such high fire rate makes the recoil go up even further. I would honestly prefer to use an M16A3 over this gun. That's how bad I don't like this gun. The recoil. Now, the spread is as bad as well. Only in close range will be able to hit all your shots. Now, the firing mode is burst and full auto. Now, the full auto mode is really the only way to go. Put it in burst and it recoils diagonally, wrecking your chance of getting all your shots on target. Generally, for me, it takes 3 bursts to get the kill. Now, short range is really the only way of using this gun. The high fire and recoil combo doesn't affect your gun, so you can just spray and pray and hope you get a kill. You need to get the first shot though. If you don't, anything else will kill. SMG, shotgun, machine gun, whatever. If you don't get that first shot him, you will die. Now, medium range, this gun is outclassed by everything, so don't even try to beat someone with it. In the gameplay, I do win some gunfights at medium, but the plays weren't the best. Get some half-decent players on the opposite team, you'll lose 9 out of 10 times, unless they're lit. Like, if they have 20 HP, of course you're gonna win, but if you're going 100 HP across 100 HP, you're honestly gonna lose 9 out of 10 times. Now, long range's gun isn't too bad because of its great accuracy. However, sniper or G36 will just beat you all the time, so it's not even worth using it. Now, miscellaneous like the looks and aesthetics. Now, the gun has a bipod, which is a first for the assault rifle series. No, actually, when I think about it, M417 SB has a bipod, but that is an NX rare. So the first for the GP series. Now, overall, it doesn't look very nice. It just feels average. It feels cheap. It doesn't have the power behind it. Now, overall, my rating for this gun would be a 4 out of 10. The only reason I would use it would be for its great accuracy, but we got a G36E for that, right? But other than that, it's Undercover Dudes, or Down, out.